Welcome to our new client greeting and membership pitch training video. When we deliver an impactful greeting to our clients, they will never want to go anywhere else for their services. Investing in your client's experience and making a connection will have a direct impact on your ability to make suggestions and sell them the membership program. In this training video, you will learn how to welcome, connect, and empower new clients. Prepare for your prospect and deliver an effective membership presentation. To complete this lesson, you must score a 90% or better on the lesson quiz. Establishing a relationship with your client will have a direct impact on your closing conversation when you offer the membership at checkout. If anything is holding them back, they'll feel an obligation to explain because of their connection to you. This will allow you to respond with features and benefits of the membership program that are relevant to your client's concerns. People buy from people they like, so your goal is to win them over from the very start. The scripting on this slide walks us through the proper client greeting. Let's review. When greeting a client, welcome them by standing. Make eye contact when speaking to them. Share your name with the client as a response to learning theirs. This is your official introduction to one another and the start of a relationship. For example, hi, Jennifer. My name is Kara. It's nice to meet you. Let's practice. Welcome to Hand & Stone. My name is John. How may I help you? I have an appointment. That's wonderful. May I have your first name? Karen. Karen, I'm so glad to meet you. Is this your first time at Hand & Stone? After welcoming the client, this is your opportunity to connect. Connecting consists of having a brief conversation with your client as they arrive. Use a simple conversation starter to engage your client. Connect with your client by complimenting them when possible or by asking them a question or two to get to know them. For example, have you had a massage before, or is this your first time? Or, I love your necklace. Is that your birthstone? This example of a compliment is the difference between making a general compliment and making a connection. It triggers the client to engage in a back and forth conversation. Let the client know you are there to make their experience perfect and that you've invested in getting to know them. Take the time to learn at least one thing about your client before they sit down and continue to use their name throughout their experience. So you've connected, and now it's time to switch gears and check them in. During check-in, keeping our connection is most important, so you will need to excuse yourself before breaking from the client. There are two pieces of information that are confirmed while checking in your client. Number one, the service, and number two, the service provider. Rule of thumb, never speak to the computer screen. Always smile and speak directly to the client. This will keep you connected to your new client. Now, Karen, let's get started. I'd like to check you in and confirm your service. May I have your last name? Sure, it's Jones. Excuse me one moment. Great. I see you are scheduled for a 50-minute introductory massage with Sherry. You will really like Sherry. She is a wonderful massage therapist. Now, in order for Sherry to customize your massage, I have a brief form for you to complete. At the end, we mentioned a brief form, which is referring to our intake form that will help our service providers better customize the service. Let's learn more about your role when presenting the intake form. You will present both the intake form and the enhancement sheet at the same time. First, you will briefly review the intake form first and explain the purpose behind doing so. Directly after, you will present the enhancement sheet. You will highlight 3 services while using your finger to point to the ones you're suggesting. Feel free to make a personal recommendation and don't forget to provide a brief yet enticing description. Now I'm going to read the script you will follow when presenting our new clients with the intake form and enhancement options. Please fill out the information at the top. Answer the questions throughout, sign the back, and initial these few sections. And now for my favorite part. Here's a list of our enhancements. May I suggest our hot towel foot treatment, the aromatherapy scalp massage, or our aromatherapy oils to really allow yourself to relax? I personally love the hot towel foot treatment. It's so relaxing. I invite you to have a seat by our water wall. Take your time and bring it back to me when you're finished. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. We've learned how to welcome and connect, so now it's time to empower the client. This is what separates us from our competition and makes your client more comfortable. Empowering means letting the client know it's perfectly fine to enjoy their service the way they want it, even if that means requesting a change. This is especially important when you have a client visiting your location for the first time. Let's review what it means to empower a new client at Hand & Stone. First, review the intake form to ensure it's complete and take notes of any enhancements that they may have selected. Hopefully, it's the one you recommended. Next, explain that our spa was built with their comfort in mind and identify the features that can be adjusted to their liking, such as the lighting, music, heated tables, and floor fans. And finally, encourage the client to communicate throughout their service should anything need to change. Remind the client that this experience is all about them. Let's put it all together and review the script we use when empowering our guests. Thank you for filling out the form, and I'll add that hot towel foot treatment to your service. Great choice. In just a few minutes, I'll introduce you to your massage therapist, Sherry. Before she comes out, I would like to give you a few tips so we can make the most of your experience. All of our rooms are built with your comfort in mind. They have adjustable lighting, music, heated tables, and floor fans. Please do not hesitate to ask Sherry to adjust any of these before or even during your service, and be sure to let her know if the pressure is just right. One more thing. Since today is all about you, you'll want to place your phone on silent so no one disturbs you. Please continue to relax and unwind, and I will introduce you to Sherry when she comes out. We recommend you use the restroom before your service. They're down the hall and to the left. May I offer you some water while you wait? Let's recap the steps we've learned so far. First, we welcomed our guest by standing, making eye contact, and introducing ourselves while learning the client's first name. We took the time to make a connection and confirmed their appointment in detail. The intake form was explained and enhancements were offered. We used the massage therapist and esthetician's names throughout our interactions and empowered our clients. For the final piece, we are going to introduce our client to their massage therapist or esthetician. Be sure to introduce the massage therapist or esthetician by name. Let the client know they are in good hands and that you'll see them when they're finished. It's important to note that the details of the intake form should be thoroughly discussed by the massage therapist or esthetician with the treatment room door closed. So far, we've discussed the steps required for a client visiting us for the first time. That person is otherwise known as a new prospect because this is our first chance to take our new client and turn them into a member. It's important, however, to note that at Hand & Stone, we do have two types of prospects, new and repeat. A repeat prospect is a client who has visited us in the past but did not become a member. We still have an opportunity to convert them to being a member, but it will require a different approach to be successful in doing so. Once you've identified the type of prospect your client is, the next step is to review how to prepare a successful membership presentation. Your client is back for their service, so now it's the time to prepare for the checkout. You and your team leader will use all the information from your research to create a plan. This will include the information you learned during the connection and the details found on their intake form or client profile. So what are we looking for? Well, How often do they receive services? Saving $20 to $40 per service could persuade them to become a part of the program. What brings them in today? This can speak to the benefits of receiving regular services. Where do they live? Identify where the closest Hand and Stone is to them. Is there any information in their appointment or notes? This is used when preparing for a repeat prospect. Are they using a gift card? Will the card cover the entire service, or will they get more out of their card if they join today? You might be thinking, how does this help us? And my answer to you is that doing the proper homework will set you up for potential objections. You will be able to respond confidently and turn their no into a yes. Bring it all together. Use role play to practice what you are going to say with either your manager or a fellow SA. Shake the jitters out. This way, when a client comes out, you are ready to pitch a flawless presentation. Don't forget to practice their potential objections as well. A confident seller is a successful seller. Okay, so now the time has come. Your client is back in front of us. They just received a relaxing service, therefore your goal is to wake them up. You're about to talk numbers and you need to be sure that they're paying attention. Re-engage them through a brief back and forth before you pitch the membership program. Offer to pre-book their next services or follow up on an enhancement that they received. For example, Karen, you look so relaxed. Did you enjoy the Himalayan salt stones? A new prospect is a client that is taking advantage of our introductory offer. What do we know about this client? Number one, they're interested in what we have to offer and want to try us out. Number two, they know a massage or facial is a great way to de-stress or simply treat themselves and commit to health and well-being for themselves. Number three, they've given themselves permission to take an hour to relax. What they don't realize is they can make this a part of their lifestyle. The most important tip is always stay confident. Remember, they chose us, and there's no reason why they shouldn't keep choosing us. Now that we know how to welcome, connect, and empower our client, it's time to present them with the membership program. Share only the basic information about our membership program and allow the client to respond with their own thoughts and questions. It needs to remain a conversation rather than purging all the information we know about the program itself. It's way too much to share and the client won't be able to follow. Let's review the new prospect script. We begin with reconnecting before we dive into the membership pitch. Karen, you look so relaxed. How was your massage with Sherry? Sherry was wonderful. She got out all the knots. Fantastic. That is why we're here. I'm so glad you feel better. There are tremendous health benefits when receiving regular massages and facials. I know that Sherry would like to see you again, so here is how I can save you money on your next visit. Normally, our services are at $109.95, but I don't ever want you to have to pay retail price. I want you to pay the preferred price of just $84.95 for a massage or a facial, your choice, each month. Karen, the best feature is that it's month to month, no long-term commitment. You're in charge. Your first monthly payment will be charged in 30 days, so let's get you started. Now let's discuss another type of prospect. A repeat prospect is a client who has visited the spa in the past but did not become a member. What do we know about this client? Well, they enjoyed their service enough to come back again. They weren't comfortable committing last time. They must not realize how flexible our program is. The client has heard the details of the program before, so it would be silly to say the same exact thing we did last time. It's important that we speak to the flexibility of the program. Acknowledge that you know they've heard this before. The pitch is different as it provides a testimonial, speaks to the flexibility of the program, and finally ends with a teaser. Let's put it all together and take a look at the repeat prospect script. Richard, it's great to see you back in again after a few months. I'm so glad you enjoyed your massage with Heather. I want to remind you of a great way to save. Our members love the flexibility of our program. It's just month to month, so there's no long-term commitment, and the packages roll over if you do miss a month or two. There's so many ways to catch up. So let's get you started. You have nothing to lose. Here's a tip while you work to perfect your pitches. Memorize the scripts word for word until it's very natural for you to say. Now that you know the scripting, let's work on perfecting your pitch. These tips can be applied to the new prospect or repeat prospect presentations and can improve the outcome as you build your confidence presenting the membership program. Let's learn the ways that we can perfect our pitch. Body language. Present our program in a casual and comfortable style. This will invite conversation. Assume the sale. Pitch like they would definitely join, because why wouldn't they? Confirm that they understand. Nod yes in between each point and make eye contact with them. Slow down. Say pause to yourself at the end of each sentence to ensure you are speaking slowly enough for them to understand. When presenting the membership program, place additional emphasis on our two biggest selling points. The best thing about it is it's month to month, no long-term commitment, you're in charge. And even better, your first payment isn't until 30 days, so it costs you nothing to join today. These points will help the client give themselves permission to join, as it's risk-free. Now that you have proper scripting, additional tips, and understand to put an emphasis on the two biggest features, this will all add up to the perfect pitch. You're ready. As we come to a close, let's recap what we've learned on this training video with a few key reminders before we move into the lesson quiz. Making a connection will have a direct impact on your ability to make suggestions and ultimately make them a member. Empowering means letting the client know it's perfectly fine to enjoy their service the way they want it, even if that means requesting a change. There are two different membership pitches based on the type of prospect. Preparing for the sale with role play will help you close the sale. I recommend that you begin every shift by setting a personal goal based on your opportunities and make sure you celebrate every win. I hope you found this review helpful, and good luck on your quiz.